Hello bass family and welcome to Everything Bass. Ghost notes, what are they? How do we make them? Another question that came up which I thought was good. You can hear people talk about it, read in articles, ghost notes. And this is going to be a short video because it's pretty easy, but if you're a Patreon subscriber, I'll probably post some of the exercises I talk about just so you can visually see them. And if you're not a Patreon subscriber, just look in the description of the video, you'll find a link, go there, become a monthly Backstage Pass subscriber, and you can get it. So a ghost note is not a note where you hear the full foundation of the note. This is a fully played note. You can hear the foundation, and as the note dies out, you can hear all these great overtone series come through. A ghost note is more of a percussive click. Now it's achieved a couple ways. I've seen some guys play ghost notes by playing the note a little quieter, just like instead of, they'll play it like, just like that, real short and staccato. I prefer a method where I let up the pressure on the string. So instead of holding like this, I'm holding the note down pretty, with a lot of pressure. I lighten it up and I let these fingers come down and I get a clunk. Watching Rocco Prestia, a lot of times you see his hand move. You'd see his hand move like this together, and he was getting this kind of cool where he'd play the note and then just let his fingers kind of get that cool percussive mute. And so you want to practice that. Now, what you don't want to do is like use one finger necessarily for the ghost note and come up with light pressure right over a harmonic point. Like if I was playing a D and I want to get a ghost note and I lighten the pressure, I get the harmonic, and that's not a ghost note. A ghost note is just a percussive clunk. So that's another case. You can't get a harmonic with two fingers playing because you're no longer really purposely right on the harmonic point dividing the string. So by letting like another finger come down, so you play the note, then I let up the pressure and I bring my index finger down and I get a clunk. Like that. And practice it on all the strings because you can ghost note any string in the world depending on what the effect is you want to get. And one of the best exercises I've come up with to give to students is if you look at, like you got this pulse. This is your tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you divide each one of those finger snaps into 4. You got 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. And that's 4 16th notes, which add up to 1 quarter note. Quarter note is what the click is on. I'm trying to give you guys, those who don't understand like how notes are divided, a quick review. So when we have these 4 16th notes, one exercise that's really easy to do is take initially just one note, a root, or just play any note in the world, and play the first note real, like a full foundational note, and then 3 ghost notes. So it'll be like 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and. Now that's gonna sound like this. And when you get it down where you've got that, I should say, I just thought of this. When I'm playing my ghost notes, actually with my plucking hand, I actually play a little harder because I want the ghost note to be at the same volume. And so you're actually kind of playing a certain volume, and then when you go to ghost note, pluck a little harder so that the notes are hopefully the same dynamic level, or at least you can control it because you may want to play the ghost notes louder or quieter depending on what's going on. So you got that exercise, 1 E and 2 E. And mess around, like use multiple fingers. Like sometimes I'll drop my pinky, especially if these fingers are going to be doing something next. But you can't stop there. With that simple exercise, now take any scale. I'll just do the major pentatonic scale, and we're going to go 1, 2. And try different scales, try whatever bass lines, anything, and then try to break it up in 16th notes. Now, you want to go a little deeper, have more control over it. Now you can move it. You can ghost this note, the downbeat. In this case, on beat 1, 1. Play this note as a foundational note, 1 E, and then these are ghost notes, 1 E and 2 E and. So that would sound like this: 1 E and 2 E and 3. Now I think you know what's coming. Then you can move the foundational note, the fully played note, to 1 E and. So it's going to be on the and. 1 E and 2 E and. So that sounds like 1 E and 2 E and 3 3E and a 4E and a 1E. Now, of course, the last thing is first three things you play are ghost notes. Last is a fully played note. It does no good, does little good, to be completely honest. It does little good to just do it on the root. You know, come up with a pattern, come up with a bass line, a scale. I think scales are helpful. And try these variations of these, where you're going to put the real note, where you're going to put the ghost notes. And then you might even want to, I haven't really prepared the material to be on Patreon, but you could look at any groups of rhythms. Like you could do triplets, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. Start with the 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and then change it 1 E and I'm sorry, 1. It's so hard to say and play it sometimes. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, or 1 and a 2 and a 3 and. You do this long enough, you're just going to be able to plug in a ghost note wherever you want. And if you're thinking, man, I can't think that fast, it really isn't that. When you do exercise, and this can be true about pretty much anything you're studying musically, if you do it enough and intentionally and really focus on the study, it actually becomes subconscious. And when I'm playing and incorporating ghost notes, I know the feel I want. I kind of get this instinct like, oh, I want this sound. I'm not sitting there counting 1 E and a, but because I've done all this foundational work, it's in my subconscious, it's in my internal musician, so that when I'm playing, I just kind of know what I want. So try these things. Work through and be in control. Tempo, forget it. I mean, play as slow as you need to. Like maybe the hardest thing for you is to put the real note on the 3rd 16th note. So start like 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and take your time. Slowly build up. You know, build up the speed, and when it starts to fall apart, slow it back down and work it out. It's just really a great way to grow consistently and grow without errors. All right, man, what'd you think? What do you think about ghost notes? If you're someone who's watching this video who really has a grip on ghost notes, how'd you do it? Share it. If you don't mind, share it with your brothers and sisters on the bass in the comment section. Say, hey, I did this, or I got this book, or I listened to this player and it really got my ghost notes to the next level. I would love for you to share that kind of information with all of us. And believe me, those of you who have in the past with the videos that I've previously done, I've researched it, and in every case, I've become better. So I appreciate you sharing your information with me. Thank you so much, guys. It means so much to me that you guys check these videos out. You comment, you like the videos, you share it, all this stuff. I really love how this family's grown. We're over 1,000 subscribers. That just is great. And I'm looking forward to what the next year will bring. I will see you at the next video.